The man saw a group of penguins up ahead. In a fit of rage, he charged forward with an axe. This scene terrified his wife, who couldn't bear to watch. She thought penguins were such cute creatures. She couldn't understand why her usually mild-mannered husband could be so ruthless. However, at that moment, her husband felt one penguin wasn't enough for the two of them. So, he raised his axe again and struck at another one. When it was time to eat, my wife, who had been angrily cursing her husband's cruelty just moments ago, was now eating with relish. They had been stranded on this Antarctic island for a month, and in order to survive, they had no choice but to treat the penguins as food. After eating their fill, they scavenged some discarded wood on the island. They pieced together a large distress signal at the top of the mountain, hoping a passing plane might spot them. A month ago, the couple had arrived on this deserted island by sailboat for an adventure, but when they woke up the next morning, they discovered their sailboat had been blown away by a storm during the night. Luckily, the island had a freshwater source, which was the only reason they had survived until now. That night, the husband suddenly heard his wife shouting outside. It turned out there was a massive cruise ship on the horizon. Excited, they hurriedly yelled for help. This was the closest they had come to rescue in a month. However, the cruise ship seemed to have not noticed them. In a panic, the husband grabbed their only small dinghy and started rowing toward the ship. Unfortunately, they hadn't rowed far. When the dinghy ran out of fuel, this sent the man into a breakdown. He was too far from the island to row back. The next morning, the wife stood by the sea, waiting anxiously, but she waited for a long time, and her husband never returned. She thought he had been rescued by someone else and had abandoned her. She couldn't understand why her normally honest, down-to-earth husband had become so selfish at a critical moment. She felt a deep, cold emptiness in her heart. For the next few days, she had to go out alone to search for food. Just when she was about to give up in despair, she suddenly heard footsteps approaching from outside.